Rise and shine. Let's talk about this cost of a living time. So, in
What's the living time? I like that.
tonight's video, we're going to be going about talking about the worst money mistakes that are keeping you poor and not allowing you to succeed in this hard time of Australian cost of living. Yes, I'm drinking a glass of port. I would keep myself awake. Tips, how are you?
Good, mate. I've got the Coke. Um, Last time I had a port, I was walking out of a mess, jaded, drunk, with a bottle of it. Good
Yes,
times.
I very rarely do. I did put a cube of ice in here, but waiting for you for an hour, it's disinvolved and melted. So thank you very much.
Apologies. Apologies.
All good. Let's roll straight into it. All right. So we're going
Yeah.
to be talking about the worst money habits, worst mistakes people will make. And when I say people, I've made a lot of these mistakes myself, um, but I've got myself out of it because I'm not stupid and I realised what I was doing wrong. And we're going to go through a few things. And if you don't want to listen, you don't have to listen. But if you want to listen, stick through to the end. There might be something there that can help you out, save a dollar or two, get you ahead. What do you reckon? We crack on?
Yeah, mate. Let's do it.
All right. Number one, new cars. Don't finance a new car. Don't. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Cars are my weakness.
No, no, let me explain why, all right? So you go and get finance or a loan on a brand new car. Let's just ballpark figure, right? Let's just take a
Yep.
$50,000 car. What's a car worth 50? Throw me an idea. A car worth 50
A,
grand.
a type of car.
Yeah, just throw me a
Um, Nissan X Trail.
right. Let's go
Uh,
Nissan X-Trail. You get the deal,
Stuff like that.
$50,000, right?
Yeah.
You get whatever rate you get, happy days, all right? So that car, before you sign the dotted lines, worth 50 grand, right?
Yep.
You go and get finance on this car, you jump in the beautiful car, you drive out. Guess what? Your car's now worth 40 grand. All right. You've
Yeah.
just lost a lot of money. However, your repayments for that don't go down. You're still
No.
paying the full amount on that life of that car, that loan you have. No matter how much
Yep.
you pay off, you are never going to be in front. It's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Save your cash if you want to get a new car, otherwise, get a second-hand car. I made this mistake and I was left, this was when I was younger, paying it off for years. And same with salary sacrifice. Now, I know we're going to cop a lot of flack for this, but I'm sorry. Salary sacrifice is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life because at the end of the day, okay, 5, 7 year term, whatever you get it, you're paying this car off, and then 99% of people just go straight into an upgrade, brand new car. Guess what? You're now paying another 7 years of a car. You don't own the fucking thing.
No.
Wake up,
Yeah.
stop coffee. Yes, it lowers your tax, this and that, but at the end of the day, if you want to get ahead in this day and age, I strongly believe it's a trap. Tips, what are your thoughts? Talk to me.
Yeah, like I said before, cars have been my weakness. I've pretty much done everything, tried everything, loans. I got overdrafts before. I've salary sacrificed two cars, wasted copious amounts of money on cars, upgrading cars, buying cars, selling cars. I've done it all, mate. And it's it's a money pit. It is an absolute death trap slash money pit. You're never ever going to come out on top, no matter what. Especially when you start doing things to your car, like I'm really bad for. Um, People chuck 10 grand's worth of mods onto their car or 20 grand's worth of mods onto their car, then they automatically think that adds 20 grand of value to their car, and it doesn't. It
What
doesn't add shit.
we had this conversation. There are only a select few things that add value, isn't it? I remember I was talking to you.
Um, So when it comes to your four-wheel drives, when you've got things like lifts, things that have done to improve GVM, GCM, things that help towing, so all your caravanners and stuff like that, they add a little bit of value to your car. But once you start doing tunes and engine mods, exhausts, rims, things like that. They don't really add anything to your car at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Um, especially especially when you go to a dealership, they don't look at it. It might be worth more privately, or pretty much everything's worth more privately when you sell it. But to a dealership, if you want to go trade it in, it's they don't even look at it. I took my N80 black N80 Hilux with I had all up Hilux plus mods, $140,000 worth of gear, and they offered me 55, 60 for it. So, um, yeah, cars are a death trap. They've been my weakness, and you know what? They're still my weakness to this day. Obviously, I've just got another car now, and the kid said to me, "Dad, is this going to be your last car?" And I said, "No, probably not."
I
But
said,
that's.
I said 2 years, you won't be happy.
But you know what? That's 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 all right. I'm allowed to have a little toy. I've got nothing else.
No, that's
So,
fair enough. But
but
moral of
no, sorry.
the
Oh yeah. Last point, I agree 100%. Um, if you're gonna buy a car, make sure you're not gonna stretch yourself financially. Make sure you've got more important things taken care of before you start looking at like brand new and really expensive cars.
oh, I agree. I've still got the old Navara. Um, I'll upgrade that when I'm financially ready, I guess.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's number one. I think is the biggest issue in Australia is the car. Moving on to number two. Now, this one is holidays, like booking holidays on a credit card, but not paying it back. Now, this ties in with an earlier video we did of flying for free using Qantas points, but we're not talking about that now. We're talking about people that we all
But
know
it's
that just grab that credit card out and say, "Oh, we're going on vacation," tap it on there, and they don't pay it off. All right,
Yep.
but people turn around and say, "Oh, but you're buying memories." Okay, let's say you spend 10 grand on yourself or your family for your holiday, right? You whack that on the credit card. Your ten
Yep.
grand of memories and good time. Yeah, you'll have a good time, no doubt about it. Now you're paying interest on that if you don't pay that bastard off. So you're not just paying 10 grand for your memories because it's
Yeah.
very hard to pay off $10,000 this day and age.
Yeah.
So
But
if
that
uh,
it's not just holidays too. That's any credit card spending.
that's right, that's right. I'm just saying the big thing a lot of people do that I know as well is max out their credit cards on vacations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupidest thing to do. If you don't have the money in your savings account to, to pay that holiday off that you've just tapped on your card, I'm going to give you a stern bit of advice. You can't afford it.
Yep.
You may think you can, you may enjoy the week or two you go over. When you come back and back to reality, back to work, and then you've got that $5,000, $10,000 debt, you ain't going to be happy.
No. No. Neither's your family either.
That's
I think that's one thing I can sort of put my hand on my heart and be proud of. I've never ever owned a credit card. Um, so it's something I'm pretty proud of. Me and but Catherine are both pretty um what's the word? We just don't like them. We don't like credit cards. Um, I know you're trying to convince me to do that Qantas stuff, which we love the idea, but we still got to get over that hump of that credit card. It's still a credit card. We don't like them. We don't like spending money that's not ours. So,
that is what it is, mate. But
but you brought up the point in the earlier video. If you got a credit card, you got to treat it like a debit card. You don't spend it unless you know you can repay it.
yeah, then and there on the spot, or that night.
Yeah. Yep.
So moral of point number two: if you don't have the money in your savings account, do not book a holiday on your credit card. You're, in my eyes, you're an idiot if you do.
And if you got a credit card, it's emergency use only.
Correct. Or racking up the points.
Yeah. Yep.
Which go onto the channel if you want to know about that. It's called How to Fly for Free with Qantas, and that goes in depth of how I do that.
Yep.
Moving on to number three, we're all guilty for this. I've literally just cancelled a lot of it. Subscriptions. Now I'm talking subscriptions to Foxtel, to KO, to Netflix, to Stan, to Prime,
Yep.
Amazon, this, that, whatever you got. Now,
Mm.
you don't need all of them. All right, you don't. You're paying a couple $100 a week. Sorry, a month in subscriptions for what? If you've got that much time to sit down and watch all this stuff, you've got
Yeah.
time to go generate a second income, third income, get yourself steadied ahead in life.
Yep.
I woke up to that a couple of years ago and cancelled everything that I didn't need, and I just have Foxtel because I love my sport.
Yep.
Uh,
So we're about to actually cut Foxtel away for the first time in about, I don't know, 10 years.
mhm.
So we're currently paying like $180 a month, I think it is. But we also have all the streaming stuff as well. So I think we've been looking into, I think it's called a Hubble box.
Yep.
So we're going to cut Foxtel away, um, get that little bit of extra cash, and just keep the subscriptions that we need. But a good thing with subscriptions, I guess, is you just have your your two or three or whatever, and just change them every month or every couple months instead of having all of them at once.
Yeah.
Go through
Sit
what
down with the family.
do Netflix for a couple of months, fuck it off, get another one, and
If
that
you're
way you
if you're a family of four, right, you sit down and you say, right, the mother, what do you like? Cool. The father, what do you like? Kids. And you like exactly what you just said. 1 month, Foxtel, cancel it.
yeah.
1 month, KO, cancel it. 1 month, um, Stan, whatever. That way everyone gets their hit for a month, but you're not paying hundreds of dollars in subscriptions for nothing.
I think if you're a red-blooded male like us, I think KO's got one you got to keep.
I think KO is the
Got,
one.
got everything. But it's KO's $35 a month. I think it is now.
Yeah.
$35 a month compared to Foxtel. Even Foxtel with just sports channels, I think it's still like $90 a month. So it's less than half of the price.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I'm paying one. It's either 129 or 139 for every channel with Foxtel. But I've got
yeah,
three boxes in the house. I've got my internet with them, so I pay 260 a month, and that's
yeah,
for everything, which is a good price. But do I need it? No, I don't need three boxes in the
no.
house. So
It's
we're looking at sorting that out as well to get a few $100 back in the pocket. Um,
the hardest part for me is ripping that band-aid off because I've had Foxtel for so long. I'm really struggling with the idea of getting rid of it.
I've had
But
Foxtel, mate, since I moved out of home 2000 and what's it, 2008. I've had Foxtel since.
mate, I've had it since it used to be called Ostar.
I had it when it used to be the black and the blue and the orange.
Remember when it used to be called Ostar?
Yeah, I didn't have Foxtel then. My
Mate,
parents
that's when I was 18, 19. So that's like back in like 97, 98, 99.
used to watch the WWE. But yeah, look, that's the subscriptions, all right. Go through, have a look. You
Yeah.
don't need all the subscriptions. Save yourself a couple $100 a month. Moving on. Now, this is controversial because I'm having some now. Alcohol. All right. Your relationship with alcohol is if you're a heavy drinker, whatever. I understand. Like I used to be a heavy drinker. I went and got help to get fixed up myself, and now I
Mm.
very rarely have a drink. But the price of alcohol now is ridiculous. It's going up all the time. It's getting taxed by the government. Um, if you're one of those people that need to have a drink every day after work or whatever, you need to have a good hard look in the mirror because one, it's not good for your health. Two, it's shit for your wallet. Three, you're treating your family like shit, and obviously they deserve better. I've seen it. I've seen what alcohol does to people and kids, and I do not stand for it. And I think people that do that are pieces of shit. And I just think the best option for alcohol is either one, cut it out completely, or two, very minimal.
100%. And
And it's
that goes hand in hand with smoking, vaping, and
oh, yeah,
any
that's
of
the
that.
next point. Shh.
Well, you might as well just roll it into the same point because it's addiction, yeah, and that's something I've struggled with my whole life. Not my whole life, but that's something I've had to break addiction twice. So obviously, as a young fella, the green shit, um, a lot of my money went on that. So I had to break that addiction. And obviously cigarettes, I broke that addiction as well. So alcohol, smoking, vaping, drugs, any of those sort of addictions, and you can kiss savings goodbye, mate.
Absolutely, mate. And I was in a dark hole pretty recently, actually, with this sort of stuff. I was drinking every afternoon. I hid the vaping behind my other half's back, which I feel we're going to do a video on vaping, just to prove what an idiot I was,
Yeah.
um, and how I did it and how I got out of it. And yeah, it's a funny story that, but yeah, smoking, vaping, it is expensive as shit. Um, you hide shit behind your family. You're a coward. You're a gutless coward. I know people that have kids that have been caught vaping, and they're that fucking coward that they don't do anything about it because they hide it as well. And we'll go into that video later.
Yep.
I felt like the biggest hypocrite piece of shit doing it. Um,
Yep.
and the cost of it, the cost of smoking, the cost of vaping, the cost of drinking, you'll never get ahead.
And it doesn't help as well. You get these businesses around these local towns that have no issues selling vapes and shit to underage kids. Um, I know we've rang up the cops a couple of times and said, "Hey, look, these guys are dealing, handing out vapes to underage kids." I don't know what it's like since the new financial year kicked in, but it's people got to be called out for it.
Absolutely. I'm glad.
It's
I'm glad they're banned it, mate. It's all targeted at kids, mate. And I hope the government turn around and ban all vapes and tobacco. To be honest,
well, what's the new rules now? Isn't it
prescription only.
like prescription only?
Only buying from a chemist. You can. There are people. There are
Is
places
that non-nicotine and nicotine? Because there's two different types, obviously.
you can get. Yeah,
So
dependent.
how are kids still walking around with vapes? How are they getting it?
Still the black market.
So
How's drugs? How's ice? How's all this stuff still on the thing? The black market, mate.
yeah, there's
Um,
no black market here where I live. It's just a country town, and it's just
there's black market everywhere because I used to buy in that town from someone that Chop Chop I used to buy. That's black
mm,
market. I know exactly where it is.
yeah,
But
no
yeah,
addictions.
addiction, smoking, drinking, vaping, no good. Moving
Zero.
on. We've only got a couple more steps to go. Now, this one is not. It's not a money mistake. Well, it is depending how you look at it, but saving, investing. All right. A lot of people are not saving and investing because
It's.
they don't have the money for it.
I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's a lack of education, a lack of knowing what's out there. Like yourself, you know that side of life pretty well. And if I ever have any questions, I'll go to yourself or Catherine. But I think a lot of people just don't have enough education about it and don't know enough about it.
It's
And
not
if people are like me, they're just too fucking lazy to read about it or just too dumb to know what's going on, or not know what's going on. But I struggle with ever since I've left the army, and my brain function has just gone. Zzz. So
it's not educational stuff. Everyone knows the word invest, what it is, how it works. It's taken the step. It's handing literally. It's
yeah,
transferring, handing your money to I wouldn't say someone else, but to something. And that's the biggest fear. That's the biggest fear I had is
yeah,
handing money. I'm going to give an example. All right, when I transferred over $100,000 for the first property, right? You're like, what have I done? Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like this, I've just thrown money away, and those months when it's being built, nothing's happening, right? And you think you've made a mistake, but
yeah,
remember the photos I sent you? I sent you, hey, look what this is worth now to buy and build here. Look what man, I've
yeah,
doubled. I've it's ridiculous. It's just
yeah,
take that initial plunge is what I
yeah,
think people are scared of.
100%.
But
That's like anything.
yeah, but going back to this, the mistakes is people aren't doing this because of the other stuff we've talked about. Their money's going towards that,
Mm,
if that makes sense. And the biggest thing
yeah,
I've had to learn is one word. It's called sacrifice. That's what I've had to learn.
yeah. That's I think a lot of people have struggled with that. Um, there's people in this world that won't sacrifice. their own lifestyle or their own whatever to help their family. They're too stuck in their ways.
Hmm.
But it goes with anything, sacrifice and yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, key on that point obviously is you just got to start. Even if you start smaller, we're not financial advisors at
No.
all. Don't I don't take money of people. I don't do it for them. However, I have what they call, I guess, life experience and stuff that I've tried that I've seen
Mm.
works. And it's just having a go. Like if you've got to spare, $500, right? There's not that much you can do with it. You can flip stuff, that sort of stuff, but your best bet is in the stock market, um, like that sort of stuff. Just to have a dabble in it, because if you lose it,
Yeah.
it's not a lot, but you'll gain knowledge. You'll know what not to do next time.
And I think a big thing is don't be afraid to ask a question.
That's right.
If you got
Absolutely.
a mate or, anyone, pick up the phone, ask a question.
But yeah,
Get some knowledge.
that's it. That's right. But investing and saving, it's the long run. You ain't gonna see stuff overnight. It's over time.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, 100%. And there's nothing wrong with that too. Like,
No, not at all. What have we got next? So we've done the air, done
you
the
tell me.
um, two more, points, and then if you got any more, um, and this one I didn't have for a long time, and it's not having a plan. It's not having a direction. It's not having something to strive towards. Now, what I mean by that, we know a lot of people, and I'm sure you all know a lot of people that just live day by day, put along, pay their rent, pay their bills. They'll go out once a fortnight, once a month, whatever, and they're happy doing that. And that's not having a plan. That's not, how do I explain it without being, how do you explain it? Tips, talk to me.
Um, it's just about setting some goals for yourself, I think, is what I'm picking up. So set yourself some goals, but don't sort of reach too far into the future, I guess. Just, set yourself a couple small goals, achieve them, and all those little steps will eventually work their way into a long-term goal. So,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So don't it depends where you are in life. If you want to build a house, if you want to buy a car, it's good to have that long-term goal, but you need to break it down into smaller stages. You can't just say, "All right, I want to build a house. I want to do this, and I need to do this, and I need to do this." It's you need to break it down and just sit down and know where your money's going, know where your bills are going,
and
budget,
and you do
all
this,
that,
don't you? You and your wife do this really well. You know where every dollar's going. You've got
every cent, mate.
your budget. You've got all that sort of stuff. Because were you always like that, or is this only recently?
No, we've always been like that. We've had to because um, when we started having kids, Kat stopped working, and I was the only one working. So we were a single income family for 15 years,
Yeah,
and so we obviously raising three kids on one wage. Um, we had to, you know, budget everything, meal prep, meal plan, all that sort of shit. So,
yeah,
but yeah, with your long term goals and stuff, even if you're happy with cruising along in life, bloody day to day bullshit, whatever, just set yourself a goal like, okay, in 6 months' time, I want to have $2,000 saved away
yeah.
or something like that. Just set yourself a goal for no reason, not no reason, but just set yourself a goal just to better yourself, better your family. Um, you might want to buy your wife a nice anniversary present or, start putting money away for kids' Christmas presents.
I guarantee
Anything. It can
when
be any sort of goal.
when you set your first goal, let's take exactly what you just said. All right, you want to save $2,000, okay, in 4 months, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to do. You work out how many paychecks you get, how much you need to put away, divide it by, 16 weeks. Once you do that and you accomplish that little goal, that $2,000 in 4 weeks, right, as 4 months, whatever you choose, you accomplish that goal. I guarantee you'll be addicted to success, and that's like the snowball effect, starting small, and then you'll set yourself another goal. Like, oh, I want to save $10,000 by the end of next year, right? And then you'll do that. You'll see your bank account slowly grow, and then you'll be like, hang on, well now with the government scheme, first homeowners grant, this and that, I can now enter the property market. So these small little goals you're setting yourself is opening up for
Just
a much bigger picture.
exactly right.
But you just got to
Exactly right. Broad,
remember, you see the money there, don't spend it.
yeah, yeah. That's what I struggled with too. But hand in hand with those goals too, what we spoke about before, you might have to make a few sacrifices. Buy one carton a month instead of four. Um, you know, give up that vaping or give up the smoking or get off the green shit.
Yeah. If the best
Um,
bit of advice I can give, it's surround yourself around people that are where you want to be. All right. Don't
yeah,
hang around losers, fuckwits that just drink, smoke, do nothing, have no ambition in life. Because you'll get sucked into that life. Trust me, I did. I did. And
don't fall for the peer pressure. That's it.
exactly, exactly. Um,
Just be comfortable with being who you want to be. Like you don't need to fucking do what other people are doing to feel cool. Just be yourself.
that's it. And that leads into the last point, and you just said it. It is be yourself. Be yourself. Be smart. You make your decisions.
Yep.
You live by the sword. You die by the sword. Um, if you want any assistance, as I said, we're not financial advisors. If you want to know anything or interest in the property scheme, like the people I've gone through are like they're not even family. I only just met them, but they feel like well, not just met them. I've been on the journey for a year now. They are awesome. Can't speak any highly of them. If you need an accountant, I've got an awesome accountant that they do everything. Um, a
Yep.
mortgage broker. If you want a mortgage broker that doesn't charge you, because that this person gets paid by the bank when a loan's have been executed. The
Yep.
best mortgage broker ever. Just hit in the comments. We're more than happy to reach out and help.
Yep. Surround yourself by like-minded people. Treat other people like you like to be treated.
That's it. Have a glass of wine, every now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's our little rant on the worst mistakes and money
Yeah.
habits that we tend to make. I said these points. I've made a lot of these mistakes when I was
Mm.
young. A lot of them.
Yep.
And I was
I
left
think
turning them off.
yeah. I think my biggest mistake growing up was addiction. Um, Addiction and no sort of intestinal fortitude, no mental strength. Um, I wasn't even living paycheck to paycheck because I didn't have a paycheck. By the time a paycheck would come along, I was already owing 150, 200, $300 in debt to pay someone for the fucking shit that I was on. Then I'd buy more. So that's another, two, three, $400 on top of the one I already owed.
Yeah,
So there goes $800, $700 of one pay just to support an addiction.
yeah.
Um,
But you got to think
so
that's back then, and that's when it was cheaper.
that's
Now
when it was
it's
cheap.
more.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think people have just got to bite the bullet, wake up, and sacrifice. Even if
yeah,
it's 12, 24 months at max.
yep,
No, it's it's
100%.
it's it's a very hard thing to do. Trust me, is taking that step back, walking away, and starting again. But I
Yeah.
guarantee, once you do it, you will you'll be happy.
The thing is, too, if you want to make changes in your life, I think it's very important that you don't go changing the world straight away. Just take baby steps. excuse me, take baby steps and just do little things at a time. Make one little change, adjust to it, then add another one on later on. You know, don't take all your clothes off at one time. Just maybe take one sock off and the other one. Just baby steps.
If you want to dress up as Santa and go riding, go do it. That's
If
fine.
you want to dress up as the Easter bunny with no clothes underneath and all the little kids put their hands in your pockets for the lollies, and that's fine.
Oh, you're fuck cunt. That is not
You
what happened.
you can you
Excuse
can
my
do that
French.
if
If
you
I have
want.
not said that word on here before, I apologize. But no, you got any?
If you want to drive around in a Toyota Hiace with free Wi-Fi on your number plate, that's fine.
You see these selfie stick tips? This is for the phone. If you don't shut up, I'm going to open it up
Mm.
now. You got anything else important to add to our video?
Nothing that I've said probably any good, but no,
No, it's been
I'm
great.
all right.
No, it's been good because I've been able to expand on it. I think it's great, and
Mm.
I think both talking from experience. Um,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it is what it is. But look, if you made it through to the end, we appreciate you listening. We hope you took something out of it. And if you didn't, I apologise. Obviously, it's not for you. If you did, look, um, consider hitting that subscribe button in the bottom there. Give us a like, thumbs up, sort of thing. That helps us out along the way, and hit that notification bell. That way, you'll know when the next video is coming up. I don't think we're doing a video now till Sunday because we've got a bit of a routine going now. Obviously, footy's on. We do generally Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights, definitely. Thursdays, maybe, if footy's not on. And
Why isn't no footy tonight?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sucks.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Your mum.
No, I don't like that one. Your mum who?
Your mum's your dad.
Your dad.
Oh, I've been saying that for years, mate.
The old cod. Your mum's your dad, you can't.
Oh, mate, I was just playing that before, the old pod. But no, look, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. We'll see you around on the next one. Take care and enjoy your evening.
Hang on. Hang on, don't go anywhere yet.
What do we got? Did you get a bloody statue made of you?
I found a statue of JP.
Who's JP? It's Pauly Jon.
This is Pauly Jon.
Oh my god! I wish I hit stop record.
Uh, very good. See you
Oh,
later.
see you. Bye.